I think it's really tricky, you know, for people kind of wanting an Australian language, and I think that's so hard now. You know, we're so international. The world's so small in regards to communication and what people get exposed to throughout the world.
We can do a lot with a little, and Australian design is renowned for that. Some of the best, most published architecture in the world, or designs in the world, have been done on a shoestring budget in Australia, and we tend to, what we lack in resource, we make up for in innovation.
It is quite a different scene to, say, Europe or the US, in that we don't have so many huge, big companies manufacturing products, so there's less of a royalty-based designer role here. I think if you want to be an independent designer, there's a lot more scope to just go out on your own and actually produce products yourselves, so be quite entrepreneurial in that way.
You know, as a group, I've met with some travelling Italian manufacturers that came to Australia to talk to designers, and that was a few years ago, but they liked the fact that a lot of us had an ability to be hands-on, so we could resolve things on paper and in development, but then pretty quickly we prototyped it and we made, and they saw benefit in that, and perhaps that informed the end result.
Previously, we've always lived in the shadow of Europe and so forth, which is very important because it's informed our design very heavily. But I think just more recently, people are beginning to appreciate Australian design a lot more. And then with that, getting on board like architects and specifiers are specifying Australian product a lot more than they ever have before, from what I can see, which is great. You know, we've got to create our own industry, just like Italy created their industry and supported their own kind, and the Scandinavians did the same. It's very important that we're proud of our own industry and support it to make the whole thing happen.
Now with, you know, internet, Skype, freight, like I can have something sent to Italy or somewhere in 2 days. There's no reason why Australian designers can't work in their own backyard and abroad easily. The
time it takes to get a prototype from Shenzhen to Brisbane, you know, can be almost 48 hours, you know. So we've got new technology now that allows us to bring all that together. What'll be interesting is how much of our innovation we maintain through that process or through that onslaught of excess and in materials and processes and availability. It'll be interesting to see whether we can maintain our innovation.
Manufacturers here have always borrowed all their ideas from what's going on around the world, up until now really. It's always been, I guess, of copying and getting away with it. Maybe making it as well, but never really trying to make it better or trying to improve. Now that's changed. I think we're not going to see that happen on a large scale, but we're going to see it happen on the small scale.
I see in a general speak, the Austrian design has got very unique style, and also good enough to have good enough to present all the individual design piece at international platform.
I think people realise that the more successful young designers there are, the better for everyone. It's really about educating the public as to the benefits of quality design and local production and small-scale production. So the more we can teach people about that and have them appreciate those qualities, the better for everyone.